Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn, part 10 in our Emberpelts series, where we have moved our housing and recreation and elevated a lot of our storage. Now it's time to start getting our industry and our agriculture located over here, as well as probably doing some terraforming. We're going to need it, actually, so let's start there. Let's begin here. So we have this channel right here. I don't know why I paused. We have this channel right here that I essentially want to kind of mirror what we did over here by bringing it out and or backing it around and to where it'll meet up over here. So that means we are going to need to blast. So that is at the level of the trees here. So we're going to need to blast down here by 1, I believe. Yeah, question mark. Is that right? Let me just make sure I'm not being stupid here. Are going to pause. Make sure, yeah, that is all at the same level. Okay, so yeah, that needs... Oh no, that's at the level we need it to be. So we don't need to blast over here. We actually need to build up over here. Okay, it's here that we need to start blasting. All right, cool. I don't know, I could be wrong about all that. I just said I often am. We'll find out very soon, won't we? Yep. So this would then just need to go down by 1, and then we would just need to build up around it. Why does this not seem right? So if I run this straight across, yeah, that is all at the same level. And that is at the level of that. So yeah, this is all fine as is. We would need to create banks for it like that. And then another set here where the path is, but we can do that later. So yeah, we need to blast that direction. Redo this maybe, these levees. No, they're just 2 ways, so water should be able to flow past that without any issue. So I only need to come down 1 right here. And then we'll worry about getting back in that way in a minute. But we will need to tunnel through here, and that is where I want to come over to here. Oh, I see why I'm thrown off. This dips down 1 here. Yeah, I was thinking that this is 1, but this is going down by 2 that I was seeing here, and then 1 again, and that's what was throwing me. So okay, it'll be all right. I'll get my head wrapped around it. But what we need to do is start making some tunnels here, and I don't want them to connect just yet because I don't want to flood everything or have the beavers working in water. So I am going to pause to get that there, and then that there, and then that's where we actually want to begin, is on that row. So get rid of those. Awesome. And then go back up and figure out how far back do I want to go. You know what? We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna build a big massive network of tunnels and adjust as necessary. That's way 1 too many. So we'll go there and then back. Oh, I know how I can figure this out. Go over here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 10th one is where the tunnel begins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th one. So we need to get rid of those. Perfect. And while we're at it, those. And then we'll need to come across. And this is going to require several rounds of blasting inside and outside, I believe, just to get this all together. I can't build tunnels here for some reason. There's something blocking our progress. I think it's the crops above, but those are going to be moving soon. So this is phase 1 of our project today. And then they should be able to start accessing some of that, like right here. And then once they've got a little bit of it out, we can get them away down to continue blasting through. And then over here, same story. So while they're working on that, they're not going to be able to do all of it at once. I also want to begin rebuilding all of our industry, which is as simple as coming in here with all of the big industry buildings and plopping them down. We're going to go for the large version of everything that we have of that. So that's our planks, our gears, and then we need our smelter right there. How are we doing? Do we have anybody working on scrap? Yeah, we have these guys over here working on scrap, but that's going to get blasted out soon. So we may need to think about getting up there sooner rather than later. But we'll worry about that in a minute. I also want to go over into here because I know that I want to get the Phoenix refineries going, and I'm pretty sure I can probably get away with those like right on the corners like that. Yeah, that should work. I'm going to wait for daylight here real quick just so we can see what we're doing a little bit better. There we go. That's better. So I also am probably going to need... actually, no, I don't think I will, because we're going to need to plant some maple trees, but we'll need to do apple here in these two, and then probably like 1.5 for maples. Yeah, we are going to need one more forester, and then with that, we will need a tapper shack to, well, tap for the maple. So that'll get that taken care of. And then behind here, we need to worry about the clay that we have displaced. Let's bring this out by 1, just to keep this somewhat symmetrical like this. And bring this over here, that right there. So that's clay. Let's take that clay straight in and do bricks. And then this one can do the charcoal. So what else is there? So we have 2 of the kilns. They're making everything there. We've got planks, gears, metal blocks covered, and we're not doing a mine just yet. We don't need any scavenger flags anywhere. So I think we are good right here for now. No good selected, or nothing to do in range. My bad. I'm like, well, I shouldn't have to select good. You should just do things. I know that you're unhappy. Deal with it. Well, that all got built way quicker than I expected. So we are going to pause these. I don't want to delete them just yet. Ah, that's what else we need. Fireworks factory. So I'm just going to pause those. Since they are conducting power, we need them. So where are we going to put our fireworks factory? That's a big one, like a physically big building. We could just bring it in, and once I remember where it is. I know it's one of these. Yeah? There it is. Oh, yeah, that'll fit there. It won't fit there. It could have fit over here, though. So what if we just change our minds a little bit here, shift all this over by 1, and put our fireworks factory, that's a tunnel, our explosives factory right there, then go back into industry and replace what we just deleted, which those guys. Now we have a little extra section back there. So that one for charcoal. Excellent. Yeah, that'll work. And even leaves us a little space up here in the corner to do something with, which is probably going to wind up being a farm. So that'll get all of that in, which means we can also come over here, pause that, pause that, pause that, because they are no longer needed. Beautiful. Gonna leave agriculture alone for the moment. I don't want to disrupt it till we have more area over here to plant. This should all get built pretty quick right here while they're working on the tunnels over on the other side. So let's just get this going. And done. I accidentally paused, but we're done. So cool. What I may not have though is a place for, we're not going to do pine, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure pine resin is only used in one thing in this save. Yeah, it's not the grease, it's, I forget, lubricant? Yeah, lubricant is the only place pine resin is used. And I still haven't made up my mind if we're going to do bots. If we wind up doing bots, we'll plant some pine somewhere. But for now, we're not going to plan for it. But I do need a place to store some of our have it. So I'm going to go with slightly smaller tanks up here. And you know what? Let's make those a little more symmetrical. Like do that. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So that will get us a place for our maple syrup. I think that will be sufficient. And then I want to come over here and bring power down just a little bit via some tunnels, like right like that. And I'm going to go ahead and build these, though we may wind up pausing them. So we need to make all of this. So we need, and I want to have like 2 of each one, just to make sure we're turning on enough. So we need 10 of these. And wouldn't you know it, we can just happen to get 10 in. Whoops, that's not how you do it, Brandon. And that was here. So we need 3 more presses. Awesome. We will run that there. And then we just need to assign them for what they are. And we're just going to run right through the order. Excellent. Somehow I have flooded things. How did I do that? How did I do that? Oh, is that just flooding that happens after the end of a drought? Okay, I guess so. So this is almost ready to be blasted. It looks like I missed one little section right there, but we can go ahead and blast that. That is a lot of wet beaver. That's sad. You hate to see that much wet beaver in one place. So cool. These are rebuilt so we can completely eliminate them. Oh, those are gone. And then we are going to come in here. I would really like to have a place to go under here. We may wind up just making a little ladder right here and tunneling down under the housing. I'd like to store the water and all the juices there. But I'm not done planning out what we need for food. We also have the grist mills that need a home. And if I do this right, we can get them in as well. Not really liking how that's going to work out, though, for our space. So what if I did... Yeah, okay, hold on. There's a way to make this work. I think this is the answer here. If I go like that, no matter what, it doesn't really... I mean, I can do something like that. That's fine. We only lose one little bit in the background. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we need to bring power across. We'll go that way and then see if we can't get one more there. Excellent. That will connect our power. So then we will need 2 for wheat and 2 for corn. And then we will also need a couple of grills because they also are necessary to complete all of the things we're going for our food here. And then bakeries, we need 4, but I don't have room for 4 down here. I only have room for like 1 down here. There's got to be a better way to use this space. So I'm going to eliminate those and see about bringing the bakeries in there instead. And then doing the grills. I'd really... Oh, but I can't put that grill there. That's okay. We can do it there. I'd really like to have more grills than this. But I think for now I'm going to live with it. So then the bakeries, we need to select some recipes, apple pies, and stuffed peppers. And then I've got to figure out where to get 2 more bakeries. We may go up here. I think that would be not a bad idea once we figure out where the farmhouses are going to be. Or even without the farmhouses, just putting another tube station like right here. Right at the bottom here. I think that is a fantastic idea. Because that'll allow these dudes to go up here where the food is going to be stored eventually. So let's just go all the way underground here and then 1 more down. And I believe that got it. Yeah, that'll get connected nicely. Cool. Speaking of things connecting nicely, how are we doing on our tunneling here? Looks like we're getting there. I'm going to get rid of all of this. And before I delete any further, we're just going to lower back down because I don't want to delete ones. That's odd that they did like back there. I don't know how they got back there. And here they can only get there, but that's okay because now we're going to give them ways into these areas, just with some ladders, and then we'll draw some paths. So if we do like that on that side, and then that right there, and then run them a path straight back, and same thing here, just run them a path straight back. They'll be able to continue working on that, but they won't be able to get to all of it, so they will also continue working over here, which is a fantastic, fantastic thing. So, next item on the agenda. Okay, so we have 5 different fluids for hydration. Water, and then the 4 juices. And I'd like to get them I'd really like to go directly beneath here. So what I'm thinking is we are going to blast it down. We're just going to use like, I mean, that's as good a place as any to go down there. Actually, change my mind. I want to go one back just so it's a little closer to the path, so that when they come through here, if they come down the stairs, they can go down a ladder. I may also put a tube station down here for them. In fact, I'm going to. I'm going to prioritize this just so we can get this planned out. Oh, I paused the game 1 minute to make it go faster. So I'm going to get this dynamite in real quick. Excellent. And then we're going to make that go boom. And then I just need to build some ladders down here. Ladder. And we're going to run those right like that. They'll get those built eventually. But instead of waiting for eventually, I'm going to prioritize those because I really do just want to be able to get down here and see what I'm doing. Building lacks power. That's fine. You'll have power eventually. We just got to... I'm pretty sure they can blast even though there's a building already there. Yeah? Pretty sure they can. Does that have all of our ladders? That has all of our ladders. I said that weird. So now I am going to pause because I don't want them to really... Well, it's nighttime, so they're not going to work on it anyway. So, our housing is directly 1, 2, and then up by 1. So it's kind of where I want our tunnels to go. So, that is going to be over by 2 and then 1. Yeah, is that right? At the corner of the housing? That is the corner of the housing. Awesome. So, we know that those tanks are 3 by 3. If our path goes right here, we could get 1, 2, 3. Oh, you only need, what did I say, 4? Up here? I think that's what I said, but let's go back over and check. Yeah, 4 will be fine. So we can do that, and then down in the corner, we can put a two-way station. So we will blast 2 more right here for the two-way station, and then I can just make that a two-way tunnel. Yeah, I don't have to do that. And then we will just run a two-way tunnel up and hope we're not going to collide with anything else. So I can't see where I am. There. Oh, beautiful. This is right there. That's cool. So then they'll be able to take the two-ways from their house, go down here and get a little drink. And also for the people who store it, they'll be able to jump in the two-way station that's going to be... Where did they say we're going to put one? Over here somewhere? Yeah, right there. I just never put the two-way station on top of it. So when these juicers make that, they'll have the decision of going to the two-way tunnel and then down, or just walking over. I don't know which one's going to be faster. By the way, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I did move the water pumps. They didn't work where I had them. Big surprise. So yeah, let's get to morning and get a little bit more of this stuff built out right here. Get the tanks underground, and then we can focus on some tunnels and also some storage for food. Alright, so everything under here is cleared out. Before I go any further on that, though, I want to... Yeah, we've got all the juicers done. So what we can do is slow things down, and we can just start going hammer crazy here, because there's nothing here now that requires power at all. That is all gone. And then we can get rid of the griller as well, because they have been replaced. So that still leaves us 22 jobs unfulfilled, but a lot of this can't even be made yet. Like, we can go through here and see what doesn't have resources, and yeah, like canola, we can save ourselves a job there. Oops, I have paused it. Same with our bakers, we can get that paused. Of course, these all take additional spots. We have all of these builders' huts that are eventually going to go. So what I'm going to do is make sure that they are all at our lower priority, so that they'll be the ones without workers. Yeah, perfect. So speaking of builders, how are they doing on the tunneling project? Let's follow up on that. This side not so great. I guess since they can get to this side and it's the side we built first, they're doing that side first. That's fine. We will run them a bit more of a tunnel. Guess don't need to because they haven't really gotten all that far. So cool. Put that back, and then I need to think about a couple other things. One is canola oil. We know we're going to need a storage for canola oil, so I'm just going to plop that up here. And then that's going to go right there. But then food. This is where things start getting a little trickier because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 just unprocessed foods, right? And then we've got what, 10 more. So we need 17 storages. We're not going to be able to fit 17 storages up here. We can get what, 12? Whoops, that one's just the wrong way. Yeah, I can get actually 11 because we have the tank there. So I need 6 more, which means I need to come out over this way. Which, can I even really get that accomplished at the moment? Given that we haven't been able to blast, because we are going to fill this all in with soil once the river is flowing back in and behind there. So yeah, we need 6 more. The only other thing, oh, I just had a weird noise in my headset. Oh, you guys hear that too? That was loud. Felt like something like hit. Oh, it was me. I hit the side of my headset. Wait, hey, stop recording after midnight, Brandon. So I suppose there's a couple different ways we could tackle this. We could just go out a little bit farther. So yeah, there's 6 there, 5 there, so 11. We need 17. So we only need 6 more. So if I just did an overhang here, and did 3 here, and then it'll be offset, but an overhang back here, and then 3 more, that would save us from having to build another one of these monstrosities. And then it would be close enough to this 1 two-way station that I don't think we would need another one down here. You know what? Let's do that. I think that is the solution, is just to do overhangs right here. I may even make them even and just get rid of some contemplation stations there. And then I know I'm going to go another row here, 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 and there. Yeah, I think this is the call. So we can just get rid of that. Oops, you needed that path. I'm sorry. We might have to get rid of 2 rows. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of 2 rows. So yeah. So cool. More underground warehouses. Since it's facing that way, we will go over there. And then we will go over here. And then I want to start out here with the unprocessed foods. Again, don't know why I paused. And we're just going to get these all assigned here. All right, cool. That gets those assigned. And I just realized this leaves us just enough space. I mentioned that I wanted a couple more bakeries and a couple more grillers. We can do this. We can get the bakeries there. Get grillers. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. We can get grillers on this side here. We'll do it this way so I don't actually do that one. Don't worry, I'll get rid of that one in just a second. So yeah, and then this will cap this off nicely. So get rid of that funky one we've got sitting there. Actually, let's move that over. Just to match the other side, because I like the way the other side looks better. So right up, cool. And then we can do food and go with bakery and bakery. And what we'll do is make both of these things down here the same thing. So you're going to be making, oh no, that's right, one per each. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. I thought it was just two. It's the other ones that do two. I wonder if we even need the other grillers then. I bet we don't. We're just going to go without them for now. Yeah, we're just going to go without them for now. I think it'll be fine. There, cool. That will get us the ability to eventually produce all food types. So let's go back underground and see if I'm going to be able to get rid of all this without destroying anything. You know what? It's a good time to save the game. There we go. Just in case. So usually when it's going to delete something above, it warns you. Like it'll highlight above. Yeah, see, we're going to lose that. And I don't want to lose that. So what can I get rid of? And how do we need to adjust this in order to make this work? Like, I can leave this middle one in because it's just a walkway. Yeah, that's the answer right there. Then that leaves us 3 overhang. Boom, done. And then the tank should fit down here, I believe. So then I need to get rid of those because that is where our 2 way stations are going to go. I believe all this is short enough to fit down here. I am wrong. This is not short enough to fit down here. Do I need to go? I don't think I can go down one more, can I? That is the bottom of the map. I cannot get a 2 way station down here. I really thought I'd be able to get a 2 way station down here. I didn't realize. Oh, because it's only 1 high right now. I would need to blast out all the way above it. As a bug flies right in my face and freaks me out. Is that doable? Is that like... I'm going to try it. I want to see if this is possible to even accomplish here. So we now want to come in with tunnels again and check our spacing. So there, but that's saying no, I can't put a tunnel there. I can put them there. Oh, okay, I see. I see. All right, so we're just not getting a 2 blade down there. It's kind of sad because, you know, I built it and everything, but whatever. It's fine. They'll just have to walk back and forth. That's the solution. Also, I don't like the direction that the stairs is going. That's not really connected. So before we start building this, let's spin these around. I don't think the path would be connected, and I think we would wind up with an error telling us we have an unconnected building. So let's spin them around like that, I think is how we want them. And then go underground and see. Yeah, now that path connects nicely. So we just need 4 tanks down here. And those fit just fine because they go below ground. Man, it makes me sad we don't have the 2 way station. I wonder. I could put a house down here and then put that 2 way connection on it. That'll work. That will work, won't it? Yeah, totally will work. Alright, so we just need to blast that and prioritize it. So that in the morning they can get that blasted out. Alright, cool. They've got that blasted out, so we would get rid of that platform. Nothing else went with it. So, back to housing, to our 2 blade walkway. It'll connect to the tubeway there. And then if we just put a small lodge right there. Boom. Tubeway connection. Though they have to go through somebody's house. Does that really work? I don't know. So we've got a little section here we don't need. May as well fill it back in. Don't know if that does us any good. Gonna prioritize that one because I just realized they build that one, they won't be able to get to that one. So in fact, I'm gonna pause that one, and then we're gonna go back above ground, and they'll build that when they build that. So how are we doing on the tunnels? Oh wow, we're making some progress. Beautiful, 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 beautiful progress. So that can go all the way to there. While we are thinking about progress, we are also going to go in and get rid of these trees just so I can see what I'm doing. We have lots of apples in storage, and new apple storage. It's already been built, I think, somewhere. Yeah. So they're already storing some other apples, so it's fine that we're getting rid of those. And then, oh yeah, we'll need gatherers over here, won't we? Yeah, for the apples. So the gatherers will go like there, and actually, I'd like them to be a little closer to the two-way station. I'm just trying to constantly think of efficiency in this playthrough of them moving stuff around. So if apples are there and there, those two squares, that's at least close to that tubeway, and that should be good to go. So cool. This is coming along very well. I think we can delete everything over here except the storage. Like you can go, like the power's not even needed anymore. Like it's connected to nothing. The farmers can stay for now. Well, that's all that's there is the farmers. So yeah, we don't need this power at all. It can go. The tubeways can probably even go. 'Cause we're eventually going to cover all this up, but we'll save that as a project for another time. Since we have some storages being built, I'm going to set all of our food storage to empty as well. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me. But I'd like them to start transferring things just as soon as the storage for them gets built, instead of later. So that is what we are going to do. One more there. Cool. And then I think I'll do the same on these. Not water just yet. It is, you know, the basic for hydration, so we'll keep water intact for now. If anything, you know, we can just destroy it and then clean up the debris. Excellent. That gets that in. So I need to bring... I don't need to blast there. I didn't realize I didn't get rid of those earlier. There we go. So I need to bring the banks on over here this way a little bit. They're not really using this pathway here, so we can click the wrong thing. There we go. And it seems like there's still something there, but come on, where's the... Can't find the hitbox for it because it rumbles in the way. There we go. So we want a shoreline basically right there, and it will eventually continue on down. This will all eventually also get built up, so I may as well do that now. I don't see why we would wait if we know we have to build it up. So we will bring that over that way so they can get that done. That makes this path irrelevant. I deleted the path, not the platforms. Oh wait, was that doing something? What was that? Oh, that was our dam earlier. Yeah, it's not even going to be needed anymore. Like, not at all. Cool, so they'll get started on that little bit. They've got plenty of other projects still to go. They should... Looks like they're almost done with this storage. And then they should get started on this while they finish up tunneling. And then once they get all the storage built, and we get like some of the more of this stuff out of here, I just realized I didn't finish destroying things. But once they get that all out of there, we should be safe to blast this last little bit that's keeping water from coming right here, and then this section here, and let water start flowing, and see what we're looking at for irrigation to make sure everything is going to be wet. I think it is, and the reason I think it is because this is actually connected. These two areas underneath, it's kind of hard to see, but that is connected. Water will probably drop down into here and then over into here, and then it will probably fill up enough that it will come in through our power shafts, bringing irrigation all the way down to here. So I'm hoping that even in areas where we might be just a little too far away from water, that the power shafts will provide some necessary irrigation. So, what is there on the surface that we can watch them do? Not much at the moment, other than the storage. So that is what we are going to watch for just a moment. There we go. We've got storage, we have food production, and we have our industry. So we're looking pretty doggone good. What don't we have? Oh wow, they're even getting most of this storage emptied already. Very nice. So we'll tear that down soon as well. Don't worry, I do have a plan for where we're going to put the dance hall and all of that. Let's check on the tunnel progress. Oh, they're almost done. In fact, I think the only reason they're not done is because they can't reach it anymore. So we will just give them a way back there, get this knocked out real quick, and then we'll wrap up for today. It's not a whole lot of tunneling left, so we should be able to get that done pretty quick. Excellent. There goes the last tunnel. So we got something with no goods selected. Oops. Oh, it's all the water tanks. Let's get rid of tunnels. That way we can have them start working on picking up debris. Did that get rid of the path too? Yeah, it did. We don't want that. There you go. That way they can actually get back there and then finish up this side. No, I don't want the path. I just want... There we go. Got it that time. I forgot to hold down shift. So excellent. And there goes that side, except that also took out their ladder on that side. And I'd like to have them with access to both sides. Doesn't matter since the path goes all the way around, but it might help. So cool. Does that mean they... Oh, hello. What are you complaining about? Oh, it's underneath. Yeah, it's the water tanks underneath. Yeah, okay. Easy, easy, easy. We just need to say that this one is apple juice. This one is beet radish juice. This one is... Oh, we did need 5. Okay, that's fine. And this one will be tomato juice, and then we'll just get in one more right here for the water. Prioritize that. Cool. So that's taken care of. We will get the water tank built. We need to go one more. Just one more for the entrance. And we'll set that to water, and they'll get that done as well. And they're already starting to transfer. And by the way, they are using this as a gateway station. You can see haulers. I'll slow it down. You can see haulers going in and out of here. Even though it's a house, they're just trudging through somebody's private property. It's like, I'm just going to march through your living room to go deliver some corn juice. Hope you don't mind. I don't mind. So cool. Didn't quite get as far as I would have liked to, but what I'm going to do is let this run between videos, let them finish emptying storage, and get these trees taken out, get this a little bit of land in, and then pick up as much debris as they can. We do have plenty of room for planks. Not so much for logs, but that's okay. At least we'll get the planks picked back up. And then we will begin with the montage next time of blasting this hillside down. And then pick up from there. But we have made phenomenal progress today. We are almost done relocating the district. Why don't you have power? Did I disconnect the power somewhere? I did, right there when I blasted for the new tank. So that's an easy fix. We can just do an overhang there and fix that. That problem solved. I was gonna say, why is it just this side? Anyways, we have made good progress. I'm really pleased with where everything stands for today, and we'll finish relocating next time. But until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.